Okay, hi guys. Today we're going to see solve the following transportation problem to maximize profit. So this is a maximization problem. Transportation problem by default is always a minimization problem. So what we are, here we have a maximization problem. So this is a keyword. To solve a maximization problem, the steps are similar. We're just going to add one step before that. Okay. So before I check whether it is balanced, I'm going to make it into a minimization problem. So for that, what I do is check out this part of the table, the cost functions, and in this cost function you have to select the maximum cost function. 44 is the maximum. Okay. So what we do is we are going to subtract every other cost function, every cost function from this 44. So I have a new table. Okay. In this I'm going to subtract every value from 44. So 44 minus 40 is 4. Then I'm going to do the rest of it. 44 minus 25, that will be 19, 22, okay, 11, 0, 9, 14, 14. This will make it 2, 4, 6, 6, 16 and 14. Okay. So these are my cost function, new cost function, and the demand and supply. As usual, I'm going to check whether it is balanced. This makes it 200. Here I have okay. So this problem, if you notice, it is not only a maximization problem, it's also an unbalanced problem. So you have a demand shortage of 50. Okay. So we are going to now compensate this 50. So I'm going to draw my new table here. I'm drawing it here so that I can do my calculations here. So now I have since 50 is short here you have only 150, you need 50 more. I'm going to add 50 here. So what happens is I am going to add a column. So I already have 4 columns. Now I made it 5th column, a dummy column I have added. So I'm going to write the new values. So here you have the original values, demand values. I am going to add 50 to make it equal to this 200. Okay. So because I have added this cost function is going to be 0. So my dummy is ready. Now since it is just solve the following transportation problem, we are going to do a Modi method. So first, initial, as usual, we will do our VAM, and then we will do our modified distribution method. So for VAM, as usual, we have penalties. Penalty 1. Here the minimum value is 0. 0 and 4, you have 4. 0 and 0, you have 0. Then you have 0 and 6, 6. Here it is 0 and 4, 4. Here you have 3, 2, 3 and 0. Of all the penalties, the highest penalty is this. Selecting this is the minimum value and the value allocated is 50 and we have 20 left. Second penalty, this is done, so dash here. Now our lowest value changes, so this becomes 7, this becomes 9. Here 6 and 6 are lowest, so 0. Here you have the same penalty, no changes. The highest value is this. The lowest cost function is 0 and I am allocating 30. Done, and this is 10. So now the third one. This is dash. This also becomes dash. You have same 7 here. You have 0 here. Here it has changed 6 and 4, that means 2. 19 and 6, that is 13. 22, 16, 6. And here you will have 3. So the highest penalty is 13. Lowest is this 20, 20. Now we have a problem. We have the same value 20 here and we have the same value 20 here also. So what happens is, if you allocate only 1, there is going to be degeneracy problem and you cannot apply Modi method. So what I do is, I avoid the problem by allocating 120, any 120 that I want. For instance, here if you notice, 19 is the next value. So what I do is, I cut off this fellow and this I don't cut it off, I put it as 0. I am going to allocate it again. So this is going to be one more allocation. So my degeneracy problem is avoided. We will see how it is done. Okay. So I have a 0 here. So I am going to the fourth penalty. Again fourth penalty. I have 7. This is done. Here I have a 0. It is not done yet. So I have a 8 here. This is 2. This is finished. 6, 3 dash. 8 is the highest and this is going to be the minimum cost. You have 10 or 0. I am going to allocate 0 and close this. Now only I am closing it. Okay. So I am going to my fifth one. Seven dash dash. Here you have 4 dash 22 11 dash, because there is only one cell left. So the highest is 22. So you have, if you notice, 10, 60, 30 equal to 100. This is also 100. So if you want to go by steps, yes, you can go. Otherwise, the rest of the allocations, because there is only these three cells left in one column, the rest of the allocation you can just put it in and finish it off. So if you total, they should come to 100. This column and all these values are allocated. That's it. Now my problem is done. I am now going to apply Modi method and find out if I have the optimum solution or not. So I'm going to apply MODI. So as usual, I have my cells 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It's a bit small, it's okay. The more clear your writing, the better you have chances of, you have lesser chances of making mistakes. Otherwise, mistakes are something that ruin everything. All your hard work goes off because you have made some mistake somewhere, which you actually should not have done at all. Right. Now I've already told you we have checked for degeneracy if it is there or not. You have 1, 2, 3 rows. M is 3. N is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is 3 plus 5 minus 1 will be 8 minus 1, 7. Okay. And you check the number of allocation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is also equal to number of allocation. Therefore, not degenerate. Now if you had not put this 0, the number of allocation would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 only, and your problem would have been degenerate. Then you have to put epsilon and all that, a big step. So instead of that, we are avoiding that. What we do is we allocate a 0 and finish off the matter. So this is easier for us to work with. Okay. So now for unoccupied cells, I am putting my side boxes. My U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. So as usual, I put U1 as 0 because it's easier for me to remember. So my cost function is 4 minus 0 is 4. 22 minus 0 is 22. 11 minus 0 is 11. So it's very convenient. I don't usually use the formulas, but if you look in my previous video, you have the formula there also. I'm going to do the shortcut method only. This is easier for me, right? So now I have this cell. So 4, 0 minus 4, I have minus 4. There are no occupied cells here anymore. Here you have 1. 6 minus 4, you have 2. And 6 minus 2, you have 4. And here 0 minus 2, you have minus 2. Okay. So here you have my values. I have my values here. So for unoccupied cells, now we are going to fill it up. I'm going to add these two, subtract it from this. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 19 minus 4 is 15. Okay. Here similar, or I'll tell it differently. 0 minus 0, okay, minus 2. So minus minus plus 2. Okay. Here add these two, you have 0. So 9 minus 0 is 9. Add these two, you have 18. 14 minus 18 is minus 4. So add these two, you have 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. Add these two, you have minus 6. 0 minus minus 6 is plus 6. 2, 24. 16 minus 24 is 8. 13. 14 minus 13 is 1. 16 minus 24 minus 8. Okay. So now if you notice, in unoccupied cell, plus, 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 minus, plus, 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 minus. There are two minus values. So I am going to take the most negative value, and from that we are going to continue. Out of the two negative values, this is the most negative. That is highest negative value. 8 negative. Okay. 4 is lowest negative. So highest negative value is minus 8. So I am going to select this. And as usual, the rules for drawing, when you draw, you have to turn it only in an occupied cell. Okay, you can't turn it anywhere else. Now we are going to have problems. Are we? No problems. So I am going to move to the top. Only cell occupied is here. If I go this side, I cannot turn, nothing will happen. So I have to go this way only. I come down, occupied cell, and bang, I come back. So here I have, this is my plus, my minus, my plus, and my minus. Okay. So I am going to draw my next table. As usual, when you draw a big table, you never have place, and like this it becomes very congested. Right. So now I am going to write off the cells which are not in that square, so that it won't get confused. So here you have some cells which are, we are not bothered about all those cells, right? Now in this square there are two negative values, 0 and 60. I am going to take the minimum negative value, 0, and I am going to add it and subtract it. So here 0 was here, okay, here 6, and so this cell becomes an unoccupied cell. It becomes an unoccupied cell, and 16 here becomes 0. Subtract 0, it remains the same. Add 0, this also remains the same. So the 0 has shifted from here to here. That's it. Okay. So again, same rules. Right now we are going to again find u1, u2, etc. I'm just going to directly start doing it. So if this is 0, this becomes 4, 22 and 11. Okay. Here this will become minus 4, nothing here. This we don't have both, so we leave it here. 16 minus 22 is minus 6, so therefore this becomes 0. Okay. Here 6 minus minus 6 will become plus 6. Okay. So that's it. Now for the unoccupied cells, this is 19. Add these two and subtract from this 19. You have very nice. You have minus 6. Then you have minus minus 4. This will become 13 plus. this is again going to be a problem, because 22, this is, you have 18, 4 minus 18 is, you have, right, minus 14, very cute, right. Then you have 7, here, problem illa, very nice. Then you have 2 minus 2, then you have add this, minus 2 plus 2, 8. Here you have, this will become 5, 9. So now if you notice, I have two negatives again, minus 14 and minus 6. I'm going to take this one and start my drawing again. Okay, so how do I do it this time? Okay, so as usual, I move up, move here, I come down, no, yeah, and straight away finish it off. That's it. So this is, I have not got a complicated diagram as of now, so no issues here. And again, in negatives, positive negatives, 30 is the minimum negative, so I am selecting that. So I'll again draw a diagram, fill up all this, and then meet you. Okay, so I have filled up everything here. So I am now going to take up these 4 points and I am going to reshuffle them. Okay, the values I have are here. So I have values 30, which I am going to add here, subtract here, add here, and subtract here. So first I am going to add to my new value. This will become 30 and this will become unoccupied cell. Okay, so second is I am going to subtract it here. So that becomes 30, 60 minus 30 is 30. The last I am going to add here, there was a 10 here. So this becomes a 40. So now I have got a new table. I am going to finish my unoccupied cell diagram. And then again implement the same rule. MODI U1 U2, when U1 is 0, this becomes, V1 becomes 4, 22 and 11. Okay, so this becomes minus, this is 14, right? Yeah, 14. So 22, 14, you have 8, minus 8, and this becomes minus 6. Okay, and this becomes 0 and this becomes plus 6. Okay, now for the unoccupied cells, I have 19, I have minus 6. My problems are never ending. If I this will become minus 4, it will become plus 4, this will become 1, sorry, this will become plus, so this will become 17, right. Here you have 3, and if I am subtracted, I have 11. Here I have minus 2, it will become plus 2. Here I have minus 2, this will become plus 2, 8. Here it will become 5, and minus 5 means I have 9. So again an unoccupied cells. So what I am going to do is I am going to finish this table and we will meet at the next table. Okay, because I don't think this problem was given by a student of mine, and I don't think this is going to this keeps going, never ending. MODI is never ending. It's all because of that particular arbitrary selection of, the putting the 0 created all these issues. Even degeneracy will always have such consequences. We'll meet in the next table. Okay, so now I have my table ready. So I'm going to just continue again as usual, my u1, u2, u3, etc. 0, 4, and this also becomes 0. Wow. So this is minus 4. Sorry, this is not minus 4. So you have both are not there. So I'm coming here. 0, 0. This also becomes 0. Here you have minus 6. Okay. And here you have minus 16 plus 6, and you have 16 here. Okay, so this makes it 14 minus 2. Okay, so we are going to continue. Degeneracy unoccupied cells is minus is 13. Okay, you have 6 here. You have 2. Very nice. As I said, it's never ending. It just keeps going on and on and on. And you have 4, 5. Okay, 9, 5 plus 2. You have 2. You have 3. So I'm going to finish the next whole table, and then if the degeneracy is, if the Modi method is going again, I'll tell it to you. Yeah, I thought I'll finish and then show it to you, but this table is different because the loop, as we say, the loop is different here. Usually we had a very nice square loop or rectangle loop. Here it is a very stepping kind of loop. So here I am turning occupied cell. Here I can't turn. I go here, I turn, I come here, again I turn, and I turn here. So my loop is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, and minus, plus. So I wanted to show you this loop, and of the negative values, the minimum value is 20. So I'll meet you in the next table. Okay, as you can see, I have finished the whole thing, and if you notice, my unoccupied cells are all having positive values. Therefore, my problem is done. It is solved. So now all I have to do is find my transportation cost, and I'm going to start 20 into 4, 30 into 11, 15 to 0, plus 20 into 0, plus 10 into 14, plus 20 into 6, plus 50 into 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the way to do it actually. But if you remember, initially when we started the problem, it was a maximization problem. And so what we did was we subtracted from a particular number. So we subtracted it from 44. So we have forgotten this. We have to actually use the original value and find the total cost. Okay, we have got the modified version only. We have that 44 left still. So you have like this will be 44 minus 4, 40. Okay, 44 minus 11, 44 minus this 0 is dummy 0 is going to be just 0 only. You don't change that. But this is going to be 44 minus 0, 44 minus 14, 44. So I'm just going to write my, now I can either take that up. So this is going to be wrong, right? This is wrong. So this is a mistake we always do. We commit this mistake. So don't do that. So what you do is you can of course multiply it by 44, by that is too confusing. So don't do that. Unnecessary steps, there is no need. Take the original values of the table and you start doing it. So this will be 40. You have this will be 30 is here. It will be, the value will be 33. So it will be 33 into 33. The last value is of course is just dummy, it's 0. 20 into 44 plus 10 into 14 was here, third column is 30. 20 into this 6, 20 into 6, second column is 38. So you have 38 and 50 into 28. So I'll finish my calculations and meet you. Okay, so I have finished my calculation. So this is done. So don't forget, don't use these cost functions. You have to use the original value because this is a maximization problem. So I have done, this is my problem. All the best.